Okay, welcome to this week's episode of Luv Subbin. And we're starting this episode just a little bit differently. We're in our pub, and we've been coming here every year, every Friday.
For 20 years.
Yeah, 20 plus years, 22 years, I think. And they finally opened this week. So we're able to come back and enjoy a Bennington blueberry.
It's pretty empty.
And it's pretty empty. We'll show you that here. But we're here supporting local businesses. We have our masks when we're not at the table. But so in this week's episode, we're going to be, I hear a lot about tongue weight. And why is it important? How do you measure it? And go from there. And so we're going to show you how to do it according to our manual, using only a bathroom scale and a piece of wood. So,
and why it's important.
And we'll talk a little bit about that. And so hope you enjoy this week's episode, coming to you from our pub. So let's talk a little bit about when you should actually check your tongue weight using your bathroom scale.
So whenever you add something new to the front, like a generator, or when you add something new to the back, like bicycle, or about any time you make major changes with your RV.
Or when you're going to buy a new tow vehicle to make sure your vehicle can handle it. You're going to want to be familiar with the labeling on your driver's side door of your tow vehicle, and there's some very important information there. Combined weight of all passengers, gear, and now the hitch weight cannot be more than 2,097 pounds. So for example, if you're thinking about it, if you've got a 1,000-pound hitch weight, that carrying capacity has just been halved. You can't put 2,000 pounds because that whole hitch weight is going to be transferred to the vehicle. Now hopefully you've got a good weight distribution hitch, and if you can see how I set mine up here in that particular video, but that weight will be distributed better between the front and rear axles, but the weight is still going to be on the truck, so it's very important to check that out. Here's a page from our manual that shows the procedure for checking your RV's tongue weight using a bathroom scale. You can pause the video here if you want to see exactly what it says.
So here are the supplies that you're going to need. A cheap bathroom scale, 2 pipes. These are 1.5 inch diameter, and they're very heavy. What are they made out of?
Iron. They're about 5 inches long.
Do weights.
You're going to need a 4x4 beam. This one here is 4 feet long. And as per the directions that you saw in the Airstream manual, you'll mark a point where your jack goes. One notch will be 1 foot away. The other one will be 2 foot away. This is where your scale will be. And you'll need some leveling blocks to make sure your apparatus is level. All right, here's our apparatus completely set up just prior to getting the operation going. And you can see you've got your beam, your bathroom scale, your leveling blocks, and then these pipes that are sitting in the notches cut at exactly the 2 and the 1 foot section. The 2 foot section is where the bathroom scale goes. And as you can see here, it's very important to have this apparatus level. And as you can see, it is quite level. And so let's go ahead and do some testing.
It's important to note that this scale doesn't have a zeroing out feature. So for every weight measurement we take, we're going to have to deduct 12 pounds.
Okay, so if you guys have watched any of our videos, you know that I am adamant about proper experimental technique. And one of the things that we need to have is confidence in our apparatus. So I've already weighed myself. I know what my weight is. And it says 180. Now, however, there's a 5 pound little error on the scale. So my weight's going to be 176, I'd call it. It's about 4 pounds. So 176 is
Why
my
is
weight.
there an error?
Because it's a cheap piece of junk scale. You can see.
Oh my goodness. It's not even at 0.
That's what I meant. So my weight is going to come in at about 176. So now we're going to go ahead and step right on the point where the jack will eventually be lowered. Cindy will come around and read the scale, and then we'll do the conversions to see what makes sure the actual and our expected are the same.
All right.
And she has to usually... My balance is not very good. My days of being a gymnast are... So she read 70 pounds. Remember, what's our error here? What's our tear? We have to deduct 12, right?
Right.
So 70 minus 12 equals 58. And we, according to the manual, we multiply by 3.
Okay.
174.
That's pretty stinking close.
It's 174 versus 176. That's 2 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm willing to say this apparatus is functional. Let's go ahead and get the test done.
Luv Subbin's about safety first, so we always make sure before we do something like this is to have our wheels chocked.
The first step in the process is to get the trailer onto the ball so that we can raise the jack and place it back down onto the apparatus as we get our weight. So let's go ahead and get the hitch put in and get ready to get her hitched up. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to try to align that line directly under the jack. So now is a good time to talk about how we've set up the vehicle for this test. We have our battery. It's basically set up like it would for camping. We've got our pretty much full propane. We used it this past weekend, but pretty much full propane. But importantly, the water tank is full. And basically we've got everything inside with the exception of the fridge.
Right, there's nothing in the fridge right now.
Right, so, but let's go ahead and lower this down.
Wait a minute. Don't we have to make sure it's level?
Yes, make sure it's level.
That's looking pretty good.
That's looking jackpot.
Alrighty.
All right, let's go ahead and remove our pin.
Why do you have to remove the pin?
Because this has to come off the ball.
Oh.
All right, let's go ahead and lift her up. Making sure we're dead center on the line.
Sweet cheese and crackers. Get out of the way of the truck.
All right, the trailer is now level. What do we got for a weight?
261. Yeah.
261?
261.
There you have it. We did our hitch weight.
Right.
So what's the next step?
Is to check our calculations, right?
Let's do it. What did it read?
It read 261.
Okay, but we have to calculate the tear, right?
Right, so minus something.
Minus 12. That's 249. And then we have to multiply it by 3.
Okay.
747 pounds is what our hitch weight is.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot.
I wonder if that's accurate.
Of course it's accurate. We did it. You saw the science here. Of course it is. And the reason we're saying it's a lot is because I believe the specifications on this trailer is around 460 pounds for a hitch weight.
Well, did they include the full water?
I'm going to have to research a little bit and see what's actually included.
Yeah, the full water tanks, full propane tanks.
I would think so.
Side shields.
Yeah, I would think so. We added front stabilizers when we first bought it. We do have this cover on our hitch thing. That could have our flagpole holder.
Flagpole holder, but this is not going to weigh anything.
I know. That's just a lot heavier than I thought it was. Now, we're still in spec because the trailer's rating is 5,000 pounds. The last time we weighed it, we were at 4,700, right? Mm-hmm. That's 15.8%. And they say you should be between 10 and 15%. So we're just a shade heavy, 15.9%.
That's strange, though.
So just a shade heavy. But that's the ballpark figure. It should be around 10-15%, and we're at 15.9%. That baffles me. I'd do it again, but I'm not in the mood to do it again. I think we got it right. We'll look at the footage to make sure we did.
Yes.
Okay, so once I found out that things weren't exactly like I expected them, of course I needed to do some extra research. So, first of all, the hitch capacity of the F-150 is 1,320 pounds, so I'm good to go there. I'm still trying to understand the discrepancy. So Cindy looked up on the Airstream website, and they say that the Airstream hitch weight, or tongue weight, whatever, they're the same thing, is with battery and propane. They don't say anything about loading the trailer up. They don't say anything about full water tanks, which we had, because we tried to show what is my hitch weight when I'm in an actual towing condition.
We also went back to our manual and looked at the trailer's specification. It does show that the hitch weight should be 400 pounds, but the asterisk by it was very important. Note that it does not include optional equipment or variable weights, which we assume to be water in our tanks or all the cargo that we load into the trailer.
You can see here that on our trailer, the water tank is ahead of the front axle, so that's definitely going to increase your tongue weight. Also on our trailer, the spare tire was optional equipment as well as the bracket, so that's going to add to your tongue weight. Finally, all the cargo that we have in the trailer, to include things like this exterior compartment, will also be a part of the calculation. But if you like this video,
Give us a big thumbs up.
click the subscribe if you haven't already done so.
And comment below if you've weighed your trailer in its tongue weight and whether it came out to what you expected.
Right, because that's a big difference for us. We come out with RV and Airstream related videos just like this one, and hopefully some travel videos soon.
Hopefully.
Every Tuesday.
Thanks for watching.